Good morning. Today is our first outing in the van after our little renovation, and we've just left Sydney and are heading up to Newcastle for our next house sit. I've only ever spent one day in Newcastle and we're really excited to explore what else the city has to offer. Since we're in the van, we've packed up some breakfast and I've decided to eat on the road. So we're going to find a nice little place to spot, hopefully with some nice scenery, and just eat breakfast out the back. I can't lie, that was a pretty good first breakfast in the van, and Darryl found us a really good spot.
Yeah, it was just off the highway. We found a nice little spot where there was a lot of camper vans and a lot of people who'd clearly slept there last night. There was a little coffee van that had set up and everything, so it's clearly a nice little area for it. But yeah, now we're actually just driving through Newcastle at the minute towards our first house sit, which we're quite excited for this one. It seems to have a really nice view and it's very close to the beach, isn't it?
It's got a really nice balcony, so I'm looking forward to some nice morning coffees up there. We woke up for the sunrise this morning and the view was incredible from the windows. In our bedroom that we're staying in, we've got two massive windows and they both have such amazing views. We were hoping to spot some dolphins because Darryl saw some yesterday, but unfortunately they didn't come out this morning.
We've got a good couple of weeks here though, so I'm pretty certain that we will end up seeing them. We feel so incredibly lucky to have got this house sit. It's in the most perfect of locations. We're smack bang in between some of the best beaches around here, but also the city, so that we can walk to both of them. But right now we're actually walking down Anzac Memorial Bridge and towards Merryweather Beach, because we've heard that there's Newcastle Surf Fest on at the moment. Today's the last day, so it's the finals day, and it's quite a big national thing apparently.
Yeah, I think there's some stalls down there, so I think we're going to go find a spot, get a drink and just have a chill.
Yeah, we've just walked down and we could see the beach from here and it looks really, really cool actually. We're looking forward to seeing it.
It's our first night here in Newcastle and we're going to go check out Darby Street, which is a bit of a famous street here that's known for having lots of different restaurants and cafes. And we're actually going to go check out a Vietnamese restaurant.
We've actually very kindly been invited by a restaurant called Vietking to come to their place and try a meal there.
I've been having a look at their Instagram and the atmosphere looks really cool down there, so we're excited to go and check it out. Cheers! So we've got the spring rolls and what else did we get? Oh, the Vietnamese grilled pork sausage. And then what did we go for mains? Oh, this one. So Darryl got the shaken beef cubes, probably because it comes with fries.
Obviously.
And then I went for some, oh, this one, crab meat cellophane glass noodle.
How are the noodles?
Delicious.
The beef is the most ridiculously tender beef I've ever had in my life. We cucumber heart Vietking. This place is insanely good.
Really good food. Definitely check it out if you're on Darby Street. Hello. Try that one again. Good morning. If you can't tell, it's the next day and we're just heading down into the city now, and we're actually going to go back to Darby Street because we had so much fun there last night, and we actually saw that there were quite a few shops down there as well, some little independent shops. And obviously they were closed by the time we got there, so we wanted to go check it out in the daylight. Oh.
So last night we went to Vietking, like we've just been saying, and it was genuinely incredible. We absolutely loved the food, didn't we?
Yeah, literally every single dish we got was so good. But I think our favourite was, we got the spring rolls to start. I love spring rolls anyway, but they were probably some of the best I've ever had. For the mains, we got the shaken beef cubes, and it was honestly so flavourful. The sauce was honestly to die for.
The meat was so tender as well, it literally just melted in your mouth.
And not to mention as well, the atmosphere down there is just really cool, and the way they've done the decor down there is literally like you've just stepped into Vietnam. We've actually posted a review of that place on our TikTok, so if you don't already follow us on there, go check it out. We've been told Darby Street is the food spot in Newcastle, so we had to try this Vietnamese place. For now, we're just going to enjoy a little walk with our iced coffees and go check out Darby Street. Just had a really great morning walking around Darby Street, and we've just potted around so many little independent shops.
Yeah, I feel like if we actually lived here, there's so many cool things in those shops that we'd love for our house. Different pieces of artwork that show things like the Bogey hole and Merryweather beach and things like that. Yeah, it'd be so cool to live here.
And we saw so many places that we want to eat down there, so the list is literally endless.
Yeah, we've just been talking about our top 3 that we want to try on Darby Street. Mine, obviously, there's a kebab shop that does halal snack packs. Sold. Yeah,
if you don't know already, halal snack packs are a bit of a thing over here in Australia, and Daryl has fallen in love with them.
They're amazing. But back in the UK, it's basically a mixed kebab on top of chips with loads of sauce on it, and that's literally all it is, but it's amazing.
We saw so many little cafes as well, and we walked past someone eating avo toast, and it looked delicious.
And the flat whites are to die for.
Yeah, so if you're in Newcastle, definitely check out Darby Street. We've now got a pretty big hill to walk up, and today is 31 degrees, so wish us luck. Still drinking that iced coffee to power us up the hill.
It's not really iced anymore, it's a bit of a warm coffee now.
Nice.
If those of you that don't know, Lydia's not normally a caffeine coffee person, but I think she's started to embrace Aussie culture.
You need to drink coffee here just to get you up the hills. It's a few hours later, and because it's such a warm day, we've decided to come out for a little swim. We're going to go down to the Bogey hole, which is our favourite swimming spot here in Newcastle, and it's literally a 5-minute walk away from our house there. If you walk down to the Bogey hole, there's a really nice path as well that takes you through a little forest area, and it's got amazing views of the ocean, so let's go.
So we've just been for a swim at the Bogey hole.
Wow.
And I say a swim, more of a surviving.
That is not what I was expecting. We've been down there quite a few times now, and we'll insert some videos over to show what it usually looks like, but the swell was swelling today.
Yeah, it was very swelly. Yeah, there was a few of us in, and it was very much having to dive under the waves rather than go over them.
I very much chickened out.
Yeah, Lydia's cherry didn't make it into the...
Oh, not a chance. This would have popped after the first wave.
But that was so cool. I really enjoyed that.
Good morning. It's our first weekend here in Newcastle, and it just so happens that the Merewether Markets are on this morning, and they're only on once every 2 months, so we're definitely going to go down and check them out. And if you can't already tell, we're actually wearing jumpers this morning because it is definitely the first day of autumn here. And if you're back in England, you'll probably cry at this fact, but it's 18 degrees and that's quite cold when you've been used to 30-degree weather.
Yeah, not to mention we have just had one of the worst storms I think the East Coast has seen for a little while, and we're right on the front, right at the beach, so we're getting all of the sea breeze coming through. So it does make it quite cold. It says it's 18 degrees, it's more like probably 10 degrees. So yeah, we need a jacket this morning.
If you know us, you know that we are absolute foodies, so we're probably going to go check out what food is on offer down there. So let's go. We just got back from the markets and we didn't really film much down there because it was so windy, but it actually ended up getting really warm down there.
Yeah, we were sweating on the way back up that hill to the house.
Yeah, the sun has come out and it's such a nice day now, but we had some really delicious food down there.
Yeah, we ended up going to a place called the Dog House, which sells, as you can imagine, hot dogs and burgers. And we got a hickory smoked barbecue brisket sandwich.
That was a mouthful.
Is that right?
Literally and figuratively.
But yeah, you can see it was incredible. We really, really enjoyed that. And then Lydia said that she still had a hole left for dessert.
A donut shaped hole. If you're not from Australia, you might not know, but they're a bit obsessed with hot cinnamon donuts here. Like the ones you would get on the beach in England, but they've got cinnamon sugar on. And now they've started doing lots of different toppings as well. So we had to get a Nutella one and a salted caramel one, and they were genuinely delicious.
Yeah, we got 2 donuts. I think it cost us about $8, which sounds a lot, but actually it's quite reasonable for it was. And they were gluten-free as well, so we didn't quite know what to expect, but actually the batter was so light and airy, it was really nice.
Yeah, so we will definitely keep our eye out for those in the future. They were so good.
All in all, it was a really great morning, and yeah, I think we're just going to have a little bit of time to chill now, and we've got a few things planned to do this afternoon as well.
Yeah, but if you're ever in Newcastle, definitely check out what dates they have markets on, because there's actually loads of different markets around the city, so check it out. Good morning. We've been looking for the best day trip from Newcastle, and we have been recommended the Tomaree Head Coastal Walk. So that's where we've come for the day.
Yeah, apparently it's a half an hour trip one way, so about an hour to an hour and a half return, but apparently it's very, very steep, and already we've been able to tell that.
Yeah, as I was looking for the reviews for this place, it says the views are worth it, but there's a possibility that you are going to be very out of breath by the time you get to the top.
And you know us, we definitely will be.
Yeah, okay, this is steep already.
Yeah, we'll show you what we're seeing right now. So apparently we've got to make it to the top of that hill.
So like I said, we were looking for the best day trip from Newcastle, and this is only a 40-minute drive north.
We've obviously driven here in the van, and as we were driving down Shoalhaven Road, there was a section of parking for 4 hours, but it was $5 an hour. But we've actually kept on driving and went up Zenith Road, and it is free at the top of there if you can find a space.
Yeah, so definitely make sure you check in the parking meters. Initially we thought...
I know, I'm fighting. We are not walkers and vloggers.
Initially we thought the 4p was free, but then we realised it was metered, so just be careful where you're parking.
Okay, so we're into the last 500 metres or so, but it is very much uphill and steps now.
Maybe
So
we'll survive.
we've got quite a few steps left to go, but I think we're getting there.
Yeah, and what's good about this is the trail is really well maintained.
Yeah.
So you're not walking through the bushland, which is good.
Yeah, because we put our shorts on today. Basically, they
Long
recommend you
trousers.
wearing long trousers if you're going bushwalking.
But to be fair, I don't know if I'd call this bushwalking.
Yeah, no, it's not. There's lots of steps. 400 metres, we've seen a sign. Up the stairs, 400 more metres. Some more steps. I think Lydia might actually be more out of breath than me for a change.
Yeah, it's pretty steep.
Worth it though already. We're already getting a sneak peek at the view and it looks beautiful.
I did not just nearly trip up the steps.
Okay, so we've made it to the first lookout point on the way up, and already this is mind-blowing.
Yeah, not a bad way to start the morning. And definitely make sure if you come in during the hotter months that you do it on a morning, because if not, I imagine this will be really difficult in the heat of the day.
Yeah, it's about 27 degrees now and I'm already sweating.
So we've just got to the section where you can see the land between the two bays, and on this side we have Nelson Bay, and I'm not sure what side this is, but that beach looks like it's calling my name.
Yep.
Okay, so we've just found out that this beach right here is called Zenith Beach, and it just looks so secluded. I really can't wait to go down there.
Yeah, I think where we've actually parked the van, there's quite an easy little walk down to the beach, so we can definitely take a walk down there later. Okay, so we're almost at the top. It is very bright here. The sun's just coming over the hill, but we are almost at the top, and look at this view.
Wait, I can see something. What is that down there?
Whoa, yeah.
I think there's a dolphin down there.
See it under the water. Don't know if you'll be able to see it on the camera, but we can see something swimming in the water just by itself. I can't quite tell.
Oh, look, did you see it just came up?
Yeah. Can't quite tell what it is. I don't know if it's a dolphin.
I mean,
possibly a shark.
That water is so clear. So we've just reached the top and the views are absolutely insane. The islands are kind of reminding me of like Hawaiian Islands or something. It's just beautiful up here.
Yeah, it's absolutely insane. It is so worth the steep uphill climb. It's tiring, it's sweaty, it's warm, but it's so worth it.
We've just spent a while taking in the view, but now I think we're going to head back down and go to that beach that we spotted.
Yeah, we've spotted that beach. It's very close to the van, so I think we might go get our swimmers on and go get in the ocean. All right, so we're walking back down now, and believe me when I say it is much easier going down than it is going up. So after all that hiking up the mountain, we've come down to the ocean, down to the beach that we showed you right at the top of the hill. You'll be able to see the hill that we walked up in a second. And there is the peak that we walked up. So that's right at the top of that hill, that's where we were. And that's the beach that we were looking at. Finally here, we brought our shade, brought our chairs, brought our lunch, most importantly. Let's go chill.
So we've just spent the past few hours down at Zenith Beach, and the water is some of the clearest I have ever seen.
Yeah, it is genuinely beautiful here. We've loved it. We've got our little shade set up. We've got our little camping chairs. We've had some lunch. We actually figured out our little setup that we've got here at the moment cost us $27 in total.
Yeah, because in the summer it can get so intense, the heat sat on the beach. But with the umbrella, you could literally sit out here for ages. Daryl decided to have a little dip in the ocean. Well, I got in as well, but Daryl went quite far out and was jumping some waves. But that isn't really my style.
You've got to do it when you're at an Aussie beach. You have to jump some waves. You have to go underneath the waves. It's just the thing you have to do here. Okay, so we've just finished up at the beach and we started driving back towards Newcastle, and we spotted a brown sign. And you know that if you spot a brown sign on an Australian road, you have to pull off and go look at it. And it said it was Gan Hill Lookout. So we decided to go up, and the van, let's face it, struggled a little bit to get up some of the hills, but it got us there. And yeah, we've just come to the top now, and you can see the whole of the Tomaree coastline.
Yeah, it's got some incredible views, but this is only the first lookout. You have to actually keep going and follow the signs round because the views get even better. And we actually saw the mountain that we climbed up as well, so that was quite rewarding to see how big it looked from where we were standing.
Yeah. So yeah, now we are going to start making our way back down the hill and back towards Newcastle to go see Luna, the dog that we're looking after at the minute. I think she'll be ready for some dinner by the time we get back. But yeah, this is definitely 100% worth the day trip to come up from Newcastle. If you're in Newcastle or the Newcastle area, absolutely make the trip up to Tomaree. It is beautiful. Go do the lookout up the mountain, and then definitely come to the Gan Hill Lookout as well. You can see everything.
Yeah, we've got a lot more adventures planned while we're in the Newcastle area, so if you know of anywhere else we should check out, let us know. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.